Yeah, hi guys, good morning. And in today's session, we'll discuss about our different stages in our CI/CD pipeline. Okay, so if you have any sample code, then what needs to be done with that code? I mean, how can we create pipeline, and how can we create packages out of that code? We'll try to explore CI/CD process. Okay, let me share my screen. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes, you
Yeah. Yes.
This is very important, and this will be asked in interviews for sure. In every interview, they will be asking what are the different stages available in your pipeline. Okay, so let's try to focus. So this is my Jenkins master. I mean, we have only one machine as of now. So let me try to start this. Okay, so in general, what we can do is we can have two different type of configurations. Okay, for example, we are trying to install Jenkins and then Sonar Cube and then Nexus and then Maven, everything set up in the same box. I mean, one server, one EC2. We are trying to install all the softwares which are required for our pipeline, and we are trying to execute our pipeline. So this kind of setup we call as single box environment. And this is not recommended for production. This is only for development environment, only for learning purpose. Okay, but whereas it comes to real projects or offices, right? So we'll have one Jenkins server, and then we have another server where we'll configure our Sonar Cube. Okay, and then we'll have one more EC2 where we'll install our Nexus. Okay, and this will be the different type of setups. Okay, this setup we called as multi-box environment. Multi-box ENV. Okay, so where every server is responsible for a specific tool or to store any of the specific code or packages. Okay, so we are not going to set up everything in the same EC2. So we'll use different EC2s for different purposes. Clear?
Yes.
yes,
So we have our Jenkins. So let me try to start this server. Let me check the status of my Jenkins. CTL status Jenkins. Sorry, Jenkins spelling. Okay, this is not running. So let me try to start. Okay, it will take a couple of minutes and then it will start my Jenkins server, right? So now we have one set of code. For example, we have got this code from our management that this is our code. Where is our code? Let me go to this. Okay, so this is my code, and this has been given by the development team that this is your repository. Now try to create one CI/CD pipeline from scratch. I mean, we don't have anything, we don't know, we only have this repository, that's it. And they have asked us to implement different stages. First stage is git clone, second stage is Sonar Cube, integration, and then third stage is Maven compilation, fourth stage is Nexus Artifactory. Okay, and then in fifth you have post build actions. Here we have two different type of actions. One is email action, and then we'll have Slack notification. Okay, so this is one job for us. I mean, we need to create different stages in our pipeline by using this particular code. And this is what you guys need to talk in interviews as well.
Sir, this will be done by operation team only?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the final stage will be deployment stage. So where are we going to deploy? Generally, where can we deploy?
EC2 Tomcat.
Deploy to Tomcat. In EC2 only we need to install Tomcat and we need to deploy. So this is our CI/CD stages. Okay, so how many stages do we have?
6 stages.
6 stages. So what is the first stage doing, guys? Everyone?
Cloning the repository.
To clone the source code. This is how you need to explain that we have 6 stages in our CI/CD. First stage is used to clone our source code. Second stage is SonarQube integration, which will help us to check for the quality of code. To check for the quality of code. Okay, and then Maven compilation. This is used for to create a or else to compile the source code and create a package for us. Okay, and then we have Artifactory, that is to store our artifacts in Nexus repository. And then we have notifications, I mean Slack and email, post build action. So what this will do? To send alert with build output to the user. Okay, and then we have deploy to Tomcat. Deployment to Tomcat web apps. Okay, so these are the different stages which will be available in our continuous integration and continuous delivery or deployment. So these 5 stages belongs to continuous integration, and then this 6th stage belongs to continuous deployment. So for now we are going to discuss about deploy to Tomcat, and later on as we progress, so we'll see different deployment processes. One is deployment stages. Okay, one is deploy to Tomcat. Second one is deploy to ECS. Third is deployed to Kubernetes cluster. So we are going to look into 3 different deployment stages. Okay, one is deploy to Tomcat, deploy to ECS, deploy to Kubernetes cluster. So we have 3. Means total we'll execute 3 different projects. So when it comes to interview, which deployment stages we need to talk about? CA part will be same for all the 3. But when it comes to deployment, so which deployment stage we need to talk about in interviews? So
Kubernetes cluster.
Yes, we need to talk about Kubernetes cluster. Okay, so do not talk about deploy to Tomcat because this is outdated for now. So if someone is asking, then we can say that yeah, earlier we used to deploy on Tomcat, earlier we used to deploy on ECS, but currently we are using deploy to Kubernetes cluster. Okay, so well, I think we are good. Then let me move. So this is by Jenkins. Let me try to copy this. $80. Admin and then password is DevOps admin 123. Okay, successfully logged into my Jenkins server. So now what we know that we have one repository and I need to create 6 different stages, right? So let us start with first stage. So let me create this new item, simple underscore customer underscore app, freestyle project. Okay. Freestyle, why are we using freestyle? Because we can customize as per our requirement. We can use it as per our requirement. Okay. So simple and then I'm trying to use get or else let me do one thing. Let me not use this code. Okay, we have one more code. Any code we can use the same process, guys. So we have this V profile. I'm pasting this in Slack. You guys can use this. Okay. So try to clone that code and try to use that code. So new profile, new item, and then V profile is the job name, freestyle, and okay. And then where can I configure the first stage? In my source code management, git, and then paste. Since it is a public repository, no need of any credentials. Click on save. Okay. Now if I click on build now, what will happen? It will try to clone this particular project. This is successfully done. If I'll open this, here you can find success. Okay, and now if I'll go to my server, cd var lib jenkins workspaces v profile and ls, then we can see the code which was related to this particular repository has been cloned successfully. Means we have successfully completed our first stage. Yes or no?
Yes.
Because once cloned only, then we can try to provide another details. I mean, we can try to provide integrations. Okay, so we only know that this is one code and this is something related to Java. This is the only information what we have got from the developer. Okay, and he wants us to assign all these different stages. So we have successfully completed git clone. Now it's time for us to integrate SonarQube. Now in order to integrate SonarQube, we need to have SonarQube server, right? So what SonarQube will do, it will check for the quality of code. Means whatever product or whatever software which is being delivered in the market. For example, we have a lot of applications, right? Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, Google. Okay, so they will also maintain the quality of the code. For example, we went to any store. So what we'll try to prefer, we try to purchase the quality item. So similar concept work in software as well. Always the quality of the code should be better. If the quality is not good, then what will happen? Our code might leak the data, the user data, or someone might can easily hack our code. So this will be the different security aspects what we need to check. So every company or every project, they will always try to focus on the security aspect as well. So SonarQube is one tool which will help us to check for the quality of the code. Okay, so when I say quality of the code, so what are the different metrics it is checking? Okay, we know that, okay, there is one tool called SonarQube which will help us to check for the quality of the code. So what are the different metrics it is checking? Metrics like duplicates, in the code. Okay, bugs in the code smells, hotspots, vulnerabilities. Okay, so these are some different metrics what it will always try to check in our code. Understood? I will also show this when after executing this job. I will also try to show this on the browser as well.
Savir? Hello?
Yeah.
SonarQube and Selenium both are the same. I mean, two different
SonarQube
tools.
and
Selenium.
Selenium is also for testing purpose. It is to check for the test cases. I mean, see, SonarQube is checking the quality of the code. What Selenium will do is, for example, so this is my application. Okay, so if I'll click on this login button without email and password, what should happen? It should trigger the user to enter the email and password, right? So this is what we are expecting. So with the help of Selenium test cases, what we can see is we can check different I mean, we can write the test cases and we can automate in the pipeline. So the test cases, what it will do, it will try to get the response from these particular text boxes and the buttons. It will check if there is any loopholes in your application or not. But SonarQube, it is trying to check for the quality of your code. Okay.
Okay.
So we have our Jenkins. Now let me try to create one more server that is for SonarQube. But before moving to that, let me open the documentation for the setup. Okay, so we have this SonarQube installation document. So it is asking us to use T2 large with at least 20 GB of memory to run SonarQube. Okay, so these are the prerequisite. First prerequisite is EC2 instance with Java installed. Second is T2 large with at least 20 GB memory. And then we need to have MySQL database in order to store all the reports which are being generated by SonarQube. Okay. So let me go to my AWS launch instance. Here the name will be SonarQube F1 server. Okay, and then the image will be Amazon Linux 2. Capacity, let me change. Always, guys, always check for the prerequisite. Do not just blindly go and set up something. Okay, so always check for the prerequisites. So T2 large, and then key pair I can use for server, and then select existing security group, that is default one. And here it is asking us to provide 20 GB at least, right? So let me use 20 GB of volume. Okay, and then click on launch instance. Guys, let me know if you have any questions. Okay, if you think something needs to be answered, then stop me and ask. Okay, do not just sit silently. Okay, so this is our SonarQube which has been getting created.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I didn't understand like the difference between test and quality. So in our stages after build, there is a test, no? Plan, build, test. So what is the difference between a test and quality?
See, testing in terms of there are different type of testings. One testing is someone asked about Selenium, right? So that is something related to test engineers. Do not worry about that. Okay, we are trying to implement quality checks in our pipeline. This will check the source code, whatever code which has been available. I mean, this code we profile this particular repository. In this repository, we have some source code here. Okay, we are trying to check the quality of this particular code. Okay, we are not trying to check the quality of your application. I mean, whether the interface is working as expected or not. That is something which will be checked by Selenium. Okay.
So then what about building a code, sir?
I didn't understand. What do you mean
Build a code.
Yeah,
Like
that
in the
part
particular.
will see in the third stage. See, SonarQube integration or Maven build, either we can execute Maven compilation in second stage or SonarQube in second stage. This can be
Okay, first we
changed,
have to check
second
the
or third
quality
or
and then we
third or
have to.
second. Yeah.
Okay.
So in our code, always it is a better practice to first check for the quality. If the quality is good, then only build the package. Or else what will happen is if you have compiled this code and then the quality is not good, what will happen? We are just wasting our time as well, right? So first let us check the quality. If the quality is good, then only let us build the package. Okay. So we can also change the stages. I mean, Maven compilation will be second stage and SonarQube can be our third stage. So we have our SonarQube server. Let me connect. Sudo su-. So this is my root user. So where is my document? So this is my document, right? So first thing what I need to install is EC2 is available. We need to install Java. So let me install Java. -y install Java 1.8. So I'm trying to install Java version 1.8. The reason why I'm using 1.8 is because my code will only support 1.8 version of Java. This one. It will not be supporting 11th version or 17th version. If you want, you can test. Okay. So I'm using 1.8. So whenever we see if there is any dependencies with Java, then it means that SonarQube is also Java based web application only. This is also developed in Java language. Okay. So now I'm trying to install MySQL. So where is this?
Sir, how we can know that it only works on 1.8 and not another by seeing the code? Can you understand like that?
Basically, no. By seeing the code, we cannot understand when it has been created and at that point of time, what was the latest version. Based upon that, we can get some idea. Apart from that, we need to check with the developers only. So which Java version it will support.
Okay, we need to ask them about
Yeah,
the version.
we need to ask them which version it will support, and based upon that only we can configure. So this particular code, I know that it will work on Java 1.8 version only. Okay.
Okay.
So now if I'll see Java version, then we can see 1.8.0.382 something has been installed successfully, right? So now let us go to this document and try to update. Okay, no updates are available. This is the updated image. Okay, ignore, and then let me try to download the RPM packages for MySQL 5.7 version. Not sure whether this will work or not, but let us see. Okay, so then execute the second command. Always check for the output, guys. Okay, this is also completed, and then let me try to import the keygen. Yes, key has also successfully imported. Now let me try to install. Once installation is done, then let me start this particular service. Okay, so now let me try to start this service. Okay, now let me check the status of the service, whether this is running or not. MySQL runs on which port number?
3306.
3306. So this is listening means, and also the status is running. So our MySQL setup is successfully done. Now let me create one root password, because we don't have any password for our MySQL DB, right? So let me try to create one password. I mean, this is a temporary password. So what I will be trying to fetch. Okay, so where is the password? So this is the password. Okay, so now let me try to log into my server and change the password. How can we log in? What is the command to log in? What is the command to log into MySQL server? Reshma, how to log into MySQL server? Will someone answer this?
MySQL-p root-u.
MySQL -u root-p password. Okay, and what is the password? So this is the password. So let me copy this and paste, hit enter. Now we were able to successfully log into our database. Here if you see this, MySQL. Okay, so once done, now let me try to change the password. I mean, we have got the temporary password, right? So I am trying to update my password to admin@123. So we have different commands. Try to see how can we log in and how can we create database and all. Okay, query, okay, done. And then flush privileges. This will try to update the privileges. Okay, so we have updated them. Then let me exit and let me check if my new password is working or not. Okay, MySQL-u root -p password, and then the new password is admin@123. Yes, so we are able to successfully change the password as well. Okay, now once done, let me exit from my MySQL database, clear the screen, and try to install SonarQube 6.0 version. Okay, so generally always try to use opt directory to download anything. Do not download at any location. Try to use opt, cd opt, and then download this package from this particular location. We are trying to download which version? SonarQube 6.6 version. Okay, if I'll do ls, then we can find this. Okay, and then unzip this particular directory by using unzip command. Okay, so let me clear the screen. ls, we can see SonarQube -6.6 has been successfully unzipped. And then let me try to rename this to Sonar. I mean, from 6.6 to I'm trying to rename this particular directory to Sonar. If you don't want to rename, then you can ignore this step. Okay, so I have renamed to Sonar. Okay, and then let me again log into my database again. What is my password? admin@123, and so now I am trying to create one database with the name called Sonar. See, we are trying to create one database with the name called Sonar. So how can we check the existing databases? What is the command? Show databases. Here we can see these are the 4 default database which has been created. Okay, now let me try to create one new database with the name called Sonar. If you want to check, then we can check by using show databases. See, Sonar has been created. Okay, and then let me try to create 2 different users. One is local user and one is remote user. The reason why we are trying to create users is to connect with this database. Okay, so Sonar, and then the password is sonar@123, and for the remote user also we are trying to use the same password. Okay, and then let me provide the permissions which are required to this particular Sonar user, Sonar database by this user. Okay, so let me provide full permissions, or else what will happen, this user will not be this user will not be able to store anything in this database. So I'm trying to add full permissions. Okay, so one is done, and then second line, this is my remote user, so let me add, done. And then if you want to see the databases, we can use this particular command, and if you want to see a list of users available, then you can execute this. Means if you want to check Sonar local and Sonar users are available or not, then you can say, see, Sonar and Sonar, we have 2 different users, one is remote, one is local. Okay, so this has been successfully done. Now let me use flush privileges. All the updates whatever we have made has been successfully done. Now let me exit from this database. Okay, so our database task has been completed successfully. The setup has been completed. Up to database. Once done, so if you remember, we have downloaded the SonarQube files, right? So in this particular SonarQube files, we have one file called sonar.properties. There we need to add the JDBC username and password. Means whatever user we have created in our database. Okay, so this is my username and this is the same password what I have used. And where is MySQL running? MySQL is running on my localhost, means same machine, right? So in this machine only, so let me use Sonar. Let me go to conf. Here we have sonar.properties. Hit enter, and from this particular line try to add this. Okay, inside database try to add this username. What is the username? Sonar. And then what is the password? Password is capital S, guys, so do not make any mistakes. Sonar@123, and let me uncomment this. Basically everything is been commented, so I'm trying to uncomment. Okay, and then you have this Sonar JDBC URL, so let us check it for this line. Where is this available? Here we have this, so let me remove, and other details are almost same, so no need to make any changes. Here you can find this MySQL 5.6. if you have any different version, if for example if you have Oracle DB, then you can find the details here. Okay, so we have successfully done that. And then what is next? Sonar web host. So we need to check for this, right? You need to check. There are a lot of shortcuts for VI editor as well. If you want, you can check them. Here I can find this Sonar web host. So let me remove this and this. Then what is the next one? Web context should be /sonar. So what is happening is, it will work on path prefix /sonar. So let me remove this. This is not mandatory. If you want, you can make, or else you can ignore this as well. Okay, Sonar. So I have made all the possible changes as per this documentation. So once done, let me save this particular file. Okay, the file has been saved successfully. and then if I'll scroll down, then it is asking us to create user, but in my case I will not be creating any user because already we have EC2-user, right? The reason why it is asking to create user is we cannot run SonarQube with root user, or else we might see permission issues. Sorry, it will get failed. So we need to execute SonarQube from non-root user only. So in my case, we have EC2-user, which is non-root. So I will be using that user. Okay. So I will be ignoring this part. This is not required. This is also not required. This is not required. So let me go to the start SonarQube service. But before starting, let me exit from root user. Here I'm exiting from root user. Okay, cd opt sonar, and then we have bin ls. Out of these files we have Linux 8664. Basically this is our hardware requirement, I mean the image what we have used, cd Linux 64. Inside this we can find one script called sonar.sh. I need to execute this particular script. So what I will do, I will use this particular command to execute this script. Hit enter. See, the moment I have started this, I can see failed to start SonarQube. Something went wrong.
Change mode.
Sorry?
Change mode. I have to give the permission to the file.
Which permission? This file has all the permissions. Okay, it is not something related to permission. Okay, I mean not this particular line. We need to troubleshoot now. Okay, so this might be the same case in when you are trying to execute as well. So whenever you see something has been failed, then do not delete and create again. Try to troubleshoot this. So where can I see this now? I mean, how to identify what happened to my SonarQube? So let us try to investigate. Okay, so always we spoke about log file, right? So for every application there will be one location where we can see the log. So if I go to my SonarQube, sonar, and here we have something called logs. So let us get inside that logs. ll, do we have anything? No, nothing has been written over here. Okay, let me go to tail-f. This is my system logs. Here also it will get printed. Permission errors. Okay, so this is because I'm using EC2, right? So let me add sudo. Here we can see. Do we have anything here? Any errors? No. Let me try to check last 100 lines. Okay, here see, if you see this, we can see we have been installing MySQL and all. Error calling. Okay, I don't see anything from this particular logs as well. So what I will do is, let me try to start my SonarQube again. cd bin ls cd Linux 64 ls sonar start. Is failing. SonarQube is not running. If I'll see the status.
Sir, you don't have it. Change the modification.
Sudo X.
Right?
Like sudo X.
No. Okay, not because of the changes and all. We need to check. Okay. So let me do one thing. cd opt sonar. cd opt, and in this particular location we have this particular directory, right? So we are trying to execute from EC2-user, and here the directory, or I mean the user is root, is having the ownership for this particular directory. Okay, so first let me try to change the ownership. ch sudo chown EC2-user colon group is also EC2-user, and then sonar. I'm trying to change the ownership. Okay, so now what will happen? this will be EC2-user. Now let me again try to start Sonar and then bin and then Linux 64, and here we have Sonar and then start. Let us see what is happening now. Started SonarQube. Now if I'll see the status,
Sabir bhai,
yes,
there is a sudo change owner -r is
after -r, what do you mean by -r?
that's
Someone can answer him.
Recursively.
Sorry,
I guess with all the permission. Yeah.
-r means recursive, means this particular directory and the files and directories which are inside that Sonar directory as well. Everything will be changed to same owner. -r means.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. So this we have seen in the Linux first session only. So now if I see the status, my SonarQube is up and running. Earlier there was the issue with the ownership. So I have changed the ownership. Now it is working as expected. But in case, I know that you guys will be seeing a lot of issues. But in case if something is wrong, then you guys can always go to logs and check. Here we have 4 different type of logs: access log, CE log, CES, SonarQube, web log. So try to check these log files. Then you can understand what happened to your SonarQube. Okay. So now this is running. So let me try to access. So how can we access SonarQube? SonarQube will be using port number 9000:9000. Hit enter. And in our case, if you remember, we have given the path prefix, right? So this is not working for us. Why? Because we have used the path prefix here, over here. Web. Where is that? Let me scroll up here. Web context/sonar. So let me use the path prefix as well. Then only we can see the page. If we haven't configured that, then nothing will be seen over there. Okay. So now we are able to successfully see our SonarQube dashboard. Now let me try to log in this. Okay, so what is the username for this? So we'll have the default usernames. Always we'll have the default usernames. Okay, so we have the default username. I think admin and admin123. Okay, here I have written this admin, and the password is also admin only. So let me try to log in with that admin. See, it is asking to generate one token. Let me ignore this, skip this tutorial now. Okay, so we have successfully created our SonarQube server, installed SonarQube, and we're able to successfully see the dashboard. So this is how one SonarQube dashboard will looks like. Understood?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So now in this particular dashboard, let me try to create one project, or else let me not create anything. Let me ignore this page for now. So now I need to integrate my SonarQube. Means I should tell my Jenkins that this is my SonarQube server. This is where you need to push the reports, right? For any integration, the first thing what we need to do is we need to install the specific plugins. Okay, so let us go to my Jenkins again. Go to dashboard. Sorry, what happened? Admin and then DevOps admin 123. I have successfully logged in. Let me go to my manage Jenkins. And also before this, let me duplicate this. Let me show you something else. This is my job, right? So in this job, if I go to the configurations, can we see something related to SonarQube? Anywhere in build steps, do we have anything related to SonarQube? No, right? Why? Because we haven't set up any plugin for that. So let me go to my manage Jenkins, plugins, and available plugin, and then let me use SonarQube. Okay. Then we have something called Sonar Scanner. Okay. So here if you see, the plugin allows an easy integration of SonarQube, the open source platform for continuous inspection of code quality. Let me not install this for now. Let me ignore this as well. So where is our document? So as per this document, we were able to successfully create our server. Now the second setup is to integrate with our Jenkins, right? So let me first install this. Okay, click on install. It is trying to successful. Now if I'll refresh this page, let us see what are the different options we are able to see in build steps. We can see execute SonarQube scanner. Okay, so this is something which has been added. And apart from this, if you go to the dashboard, manage Jenkins, okay, and system, we can find the details. I mean, to which server you want to connect, the server URL and all the details we can map. Here we have something called SonarQube server. Okay, SonarQube installations. Okay, SonarQube installations. Under manage Jenkins, you want to add the name. So it can be any name as per your feasibility. SonarQube server is something what I want to add. Okay, and where is your server URL? So my server URL is this /sonar till /sonar. This will work, right? So let me copy this. Okay, and then it is asking for server authentication token. Means how do you want to connect to your server? What should be the authentication? So we should configure any credentials, right? But SonarQube will not help us with credentials, so we need to create one authentication token. So how to create? Go to SonarQube again, click on this admin, click on my account, go to security. Okay, here it is asking to generate one token for you, or else you can go to administration and then administrations and then security. I don't think so. In security we have global permissions. Okay, this is something related to users and all. Okay, so let me go to my account only. Let me go to security. Let me create one token. So token name can be SonarQube-API. Okay, so this token will help me to connect to my SonarQube server from Jenkins. So let me copy this token and let me click on add credentials. So let me go to security credentials and create one credentials first. Manage Jenkins, and then we have our credentials. Go to global, add credentials. Then we have this secret text. Okay, so let me use the secret text. Secret name is SonarQube-server, and then ID. Oh, sorry, this is the secret, right? So let me copy this secret. Let me copy this, and ID is for our understanding. So I will use as SonarQube-server, and description also I will use the same name. Click on create. So we have created one credentials which will help us to connect to our SonarQube server. Okay, so now let me go to my SonarQube. This property is mandatory, it seems. Already we have configured, right? So let me refresh this page because it is not reflecting from drop down. So let me try to refresh this. Where is that option? SonarQube. Here we have this SonarQube. Okay, and then credentials, we have these credentials. Done. Click on save. So we have successfully integrated our Jenkins with SonarQube now. Okay, guys, understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So once this is done, then we need to have some mechanism on our Jenkins server which will help us to push the reports. Means whatever is getting generated on this Jenkins should be sent to SonarQube. So for that purpose, we have some agent called Sonar Scanner. Okay, Sonar Scanner is responsible to push all the reports to the SonarQube server. So now let me install Sonar Scanner. So where should we install this? On our Jenkins server. So let me go to the documentation. Okay, here we have this Sonar integration with Jenkins. So let me open this. Okay, here we have the SonarQube scanner URLs. Okay, log into Jenkins server and install SonarQube scanner. So let me copy this. So where should we do this? We should implement this on our Jenkins server. So this is my Jenkins server, right? So this is my Jenkins. If you see this, then let me go to CD OPT. Always we should go for OPT only, right? So go for OPT. Then we have downloaded this successfully. Now try to unzip Sonar Scanner. So clear ls, we have successfully unzipped this one, and the version is 4.6.2. okay, and then let me rename this as well, because I don't want to use all the name, right? I mean 4.6.2. I'm just trying to rename this to a simpler name. If I'll do ls, then we can see Sonar Scanner is available. So once done, then here it is asking us to go to the properties file. So where can I find this properties file? OPT Sonar Scanner conf Sonar Scanner properties. CD Sonar Scanner CD conf. Every configurations will be available in conf directory only. Here we have one file called Sonar Scanner. So what we need to specify is, I mean, inside this file we need to pass the details of your SonarQube server. Means this is my SonarQube server. Go and push to this particular SonarQube. I'm trying to remove this, uncomment this, and then we also have /sonar, and then instead of localhost we need to pass the IP address, means of your SonarQube server. So this is my SonarQube server IP, right? So let me copy and let me paste. So what we have did, we were able to set up SonarQube scanner as well as integrate the Sonar Scanner to our SonarQube. Means we have passed all the details. Okay, so this is what we have passed the details, and let me save this. Okay, so once done, I think we are almost good with the configurations. Okay, and then you should go to manage Jenkins, manage plugins, available plugins, Sonar Scanner. So this already we have completed. Okay, now again we should go to manage Jenkins and global tool configuration. Okay, so where is our manage Jenkins tool configuration? Okay, here we have something called SonarQube scanner installation. So this is where we need to pass the details of our Sonar Scanner. So any name. So what I will do is Sonar Scanner will be my name, and instead of install automatically, since we have installed manually, right? So I will be passing the path. Where is my Sonar Scanner available? So where is my Sonar Scanner available in the server? CD OPT Sonar Scanner. So at this particular location, and then bin. So in this particular location, we have our Sonar Scanner which is available. So let me copy. So always what will happen is, I mean, if I click on install automatically, here you can see 5.0.13 means Jenkins is trying to download the latest version. For example, your application is supporting Sonar Scanner 4.0, and if you are using this option, then what will happen? Your pipelines will get failed because of change in the dependencies. So do not use this install automatically options. Always try to manually install on the server and pass the path. Okay, so I have set my Jenkins that on this particular location my Sonar Scanner is available. Okay, so once done, okay, OPT Sonar Scanner. So let me remove bin. I don't think so this is required. Okay, so this is done. Now let me click on save. So we are good with the configurations of SonarQube and Sonar Scanner. Now what we need to do is we need to add the details, means we need to tell our Jenkins job, this vProfile job, that go to this particular scanner and check for the reports. Okay, so I will scroll down, then here build steps, execute Sonar Scanner. Okay, so JDK, it will inherit from job, and here we need to pass the path, part to project properties and analysis properties. So we need to pass this information, means we need to tell our Sonar Scanner, I mean our Jenkins job, that go to this particular location and check for these reports. From where we will be getting these details? Generally we will get these details from the developer only. They will share us these details because we are not aware of the path and everything, right? So they will share us these details. So whenever we get any code, for example, we have got this code, right? Where is our code? Yeah, vProfile. So we have got this code, right? So in this code only, always try to check for readme.md, because this directory will always help us with such kind of information. See, JDK 1.8 and all. Okay, so here in my case, what is this? vProfile. And so this is related to vProfile only, right? See, here we have this one. Okay. Okay, so here we have these details. So let me copy these details and configure this in analysis properties. One second, guys. Okay, so we need to pass these details over here. So here what it is checking, it is trying to check for the project key with my name, and then the project name, version, and different sources, means based upon your job. Okay, and then binary files, and then JUnit. I mean, these are the reports which are getting generated. So we are passing all the details. So once done, click on save, and then click on build now. If you'll see this, our job has been changed to SonarQube. Okay, so if I'll click on build now, let us see the output. Okay, vProfile, let me click this, let me click over here. Here we can see what is happening. So first job, I mean the first stage git clone has been successfully done, and then second stage, here you can see this. See, this is trying to connect to this particular server and execute our command. I mean this command, whatever we have passed in analysis report, and then it is trying to do something. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, something is happening. And finally we can see that our reports has been generated. You will, I mean, and these reports has been updated to this particular location, and our job has been successfully done. Now if I'll go to our Sonar Scanner, and if I'll click on this home button, here we can see our project has been successfully created. And if I'll open this, here we can see the quality gate has been passed. And here we are seeing 0 bugs, 0 vulnerabilities, everything is 0. Right? Everything is 0. We are not able to see any reports as of now. Why? Why are we not able to see any reports? Don't we have any bugs? Don't we have any vulnerabilities? Don't we have any code smells, any duplicates? We do have some bugs in this code. Okay, so if you want to see this, what I can do is, guys, we'll ignore this part 0 0 and all, so we can fix this later. For now, let me know whether you are able to follow or not.
Yes, sir. Till now
Yes,
it is
sir.
fine.
Sorry.
It is fine, sir.
Okay.
After
So
we have built there in Jenkins, after building there, it has automatically here showing us
yes.
because
So
we are given all the paths
yeah.
config and total in our Jenkins server.
Yes. So once, for example, you have got different job, for example, simple customer app. Okay, so this is one different application. So just go to this job, go to configurations. So already we have installed Sonar scanners and everything, right? So Sonar Cube server. Okay, and then analysis report. So we just need to pass what are the parameters we need to pass. So let me just go to my job. So where is my job? This one, right? So let me pass the path. So this is my job. So let me copy this code. Okay, pass this URL, and then in this URL I can find this. I mean, here I have written one file, Sonar properties and all. Okay, if you'll open this, then you can find different metrics what is to be passed. Okay, or else what you can do is you can find this here. See, use the below keyed in Sonar Cube analysis report. So let me use report, this one. Let me copy this and let me go to my analysis report and let me streamline this. Okay, so these are the different parameters what we can pass. Okay, so let me try to save this now and let me execute this job and see what will happen to this job. Okay, I've clicked on build now. So let me open this. This time this got failed because of some errors. Okay, binaries and all are not available in quantity. Okay, so basically what happened is this time it got failed because the parameters what we have passed are not as expected. Okay, so we need to check on this as well. So always, whether we have one job, we have different applications, so we'll be getting the analysis report. So try to copy that report and paste this in particular analysis report details. Once done, then we can see all our details on the Sonar Cube dashboard. So this is one traditional way of implementing Sonar Cube.
The quality check is doesn't pass, we have to inform to the development team that this.
No. If this is passed, then only our pipeline will move to third stage.
No. If it is doesn't pass.
If this is failed, for example, if this is failed, what we need to do? We need to inform. I mean, no need to inform. Already the email will be configured, right? Here we have post build actions, right? So they will get the notification that this pipeline has been failed because of the Sonar Cube quality fail. And then they will check and they will try to update, because this is not our job to work on the quality of the code. Our job is to make the integrations possible. That's it.
No, it was not passing the second stage. Now will be this going to the fifth stage automatically.
See, in fifth stage is not dependent on second stage. Whether in fifth stage, what we can do is we can configure whether our build is successful or failed, or what should be done when this particular action should be triggered. We need to configure that. If you are configuring that this action should be triggered only if our job is successful, then it will not trigger. If you configure that whether it is failed or successful, this action should be triggered, then it will trigger. Okay, that depends upon our
we should configure that post build action with other
we
four
haven't
stages.
so we haven't moved to fifth stage, so let us not talk about fifth stage for now. Okay. So clear. So this is very lengthy process to set up SonarQube, right? So I have one more simpler way. So what we can do is a SonarQube server, right? So let me just try to install something. Let me try to switch to root user m-y install docker. So let me install docker. If you want, you guys can use the same commands, but I want you to use both traditional ways as well as the latest version. How we can implement or install. Okay, so I'm trying to install docker, and then let me start my docker service, and then let me use a command called docker pull SonarQube. So it is trying to pull some image from internet. Internet means basically from registry. Okay, so how Docker is working and all we'll see when we are working on Docker. Okay, now if I'll see Docker images, then we can see, okay, SonarQube is running. SonarQube is available. So now let me run this image. Docker run -itd -p 9000. But on 9000 port number already, so SonarQube is running, right? So let me change this to 9001:9000. Okay, so this is the port number on what I'm trying to run my SonarQube. Okay, and then SonarQube. So 9001 is also in use. So let me use 9002. Okay, so now if I'll do Docker images, if I'll do Docker PS, then I can see one container is running from last 6 seconds, which is running on port number 9002. So let me copy this public key. Paste this key 9002, hit enter. No need to path /sonar, no need to configure MySQL, nothing. Everything will be set up by default only by that container only. See, within 2 minutes we were able to successfully set up our SonarQube server. This is good, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, what I will do is I will change the details. My sonar scanner, right? So here we have our sonar scanner. So I will change the path of my sonar scanner. Means it should push my job on this particular port number. Instead of 9000, it should push on 9002. Okay, I'm making this change. This is one change. And then the second change will be in terms of my Jenkins dashboard, and then manage Jenkins, and then system, because this is where we have configured all the details related to my SonarQube server. So I'm trying to change this 9002, and I need to create one credentials, and will update my credentials as well. Okay, so this is my 9002 one, admin. So it is asking me to change the password. Go after the 123. Go after the 123. Okay, done. So this is a different version. So if I'll click on account, my account, let me create one security token. Okay, token name I can use as SonarQube container global generate. So it has created one keygen for me. So let me copy this and let me create one more credentials with secret text. This is my secret, and the ID will be this time SonarQube-container, because this is running inside one container, right? So I'm just specifying the container. Okay, add, and I'm using this key. Click on save. So everything is done. I mean, the Sonar scanner changes has been done, SonarQube credentials has been done. So now what I will do is I will just execute my V profile. Same job I'm trying to build now. So this time what it will do, it will push my reports to the newly created SonarQube server, which is running on port number 9002. See here, if you see this 9002. Okay, so once this is successfully done, let us see the difference. Here you can see all the bugs, vulnerabilities, duplicates in the code. In the traditional way, we were unable to see this, right? Because of the older version, I was using SonarQube version 6, and this is the latest version of SonarQube. Okay, so let us wait. Okay, this is successfully done. Now if I'll refresh, we can find where is my project. If I'll go to my projects, here I can see this, see Saber, and here we can see 17 bugs, 34 port smells, 4 security hotspots, 12.9, but still the quality has been passed. Means the quality gate, how we have defined quality gates, based upon that the quality has been passed. Understood why it was not seen earlier? Because of the older version. Clear?
Yes.
So
Is
do
there
not
any
try to,
parameters for the quality gate to be, even though it has given bugs and sportsman, but it
quality
has
gate.
given bugs?
Yeah, if you open the quality gate, I mean, for example, this is my project, right? So here we have two important metrics what we need to explore. One is quality gate, and one is quality profile. So we have two important things. So in quality gate, what do you mean by quality gate, or what do you mean by quality profile? So try to explore that part. So here we have something called quality gate and quality profiles. Okay, so first let me go to quality gate. Okay, so quality gate, here we are using the default one which has been provided by SonarQube only. We haven't made any changes, right? So here it is, see, if I click on default, or if I try to explore this built-in, see here in quality gates we are trying to specify different conditions. So these conditions will be based upon the number of duplicate lines, number of hotspots and all. And then we have similar one called quality profiles. Okay, so basically how the quality should be measured, on what metrics the quality should be measured, will be configured in the quality profile. And once this quality profile has been successfully done, then quality gate will be opened. Means if it is more than 80%, then the quality gate should be opened. Here if I click this, see here we have different rules, 18 rules. See, these are the different rules what we have. I mean, these are the default one, I haven't created anything. Okay, so these are the different rules on what this is trying to check for the quality of the gate, and this is been configured in quality profile. Okay, try to read these definitions. Quality profiles are collection of rules to apply during an analysis. Means based upon these measures or rules, it will check for the quality. And quality gates, once the quality profiles are being successfully done, if the validations are done, then it will be moved to the gate. If suppose we'll configure as if 80% is successful, then open the gate, means pass the gate. If below 80%, then fill the gate. So this is how we need to configure, and these configurations also, this will be generally done by the development team only. They will help us with the quality profiles and quality gates.
Is it okay that 80% or you will be going to face any issues in production in your
80% is more than good. You cannot
Okay.
expect 100%. Even I'm not expecting 100% from you. So you also cannot expect 100%, right? That is not possible to anyone.
Even though we have some bugs and store smells, we
That's
can go
okay.
for
I
the
mean,
production.
we can fix it. I mean, we need to focus on whether it is passed or not. Yeah, passed, then go. Because we haven't configured the quality profiles and gates, right?
Yes, yes.
So try to explore this dashboard. Whatever Shiva has asked are the valid questions. So try to explore all the different options which are available in SonarQube. So now, as per our stages, we have executed two different stages. One is git clone and then one is SonarQube. And in tomorrow's session, we'll try to cover different stages. Okay? Guys, understood? Do you have any questions? Then let me know.
Okay.
Chalo guys, then. Yes. Yeah, sorry, Ravindra.
The connection of Jenkins and the SonarQube.
Yeah, this is one-time activities, guys. I mean, one setup we are using the same servers for different applications for different pipelines.
Restart the EC2 and use the.
So the problem in our case is, in order to avoid billing, we'll be shutting down our servers. Again, after restart, we need to configure the public IP will get changed, right? So in offices, the servers will not be shut down. For example, if it is even shut down, then they will be using elastic IPs, means the IPs will not get changed. If the server is started, then that's okay. It will automatically connect with everything. Okay.
It is already registered project. You can expect all these are configured already.
Sorry.
If it is we are allocated to the existing project, this all will be configured already. If we have assigned to the new project,
yeah, so what will happen is, if suppose it is an old project or existing project and you have joined that project, then there are the chances that this setup will be already available, means Jenkins, SonarQube and everything. But in case if it is a newly created project or you need to set up from scratch, then you need to follow these steps and set up.
in our team, anyone can be given this task. No,
Yeah, anyone will get this task.
Okay.
Okay, so in our case, we are trying to set up from scratch because no one is aware of SonarQube, right? So we are trying to set up from scratch. But in offices, what they'll expect that you already know about SonarQube. So we need to pretend like we already know everything.
Yeah, we should modify all the.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, let me stop this recording and we'll wind up this call and we'll meet again after some time. Okay, bye.